They took this from EarJuice, the guy who didn't have the story. It's the guy who Ralph constantly didn't allow on the show. And I've got this fucking show to fucking clarify this. My Twitter is filled with 100 fucking tweets of me having to correct a load of morons that have jumped to conclusions based on nothing that came from where? One source. EarJuice's pissing video.
So, have you guys heard about John Michael Kelly?
Activate the strike clones.
I tried to stay away from drama on my show.
No, fuck off, Cog. Maybe later. So where to start? John Michael Kelly, also known as Vazorium, has been around for a while now, since Gamergate days. If you haven't been paying attention, he decided to buy a one-way ticket to retardation recently, when he did not one, but 2 streams breaking down his evidence, or more likely conspiracy theories, about how I was working for Ralph since July to bring down Cog. Yes, it's as retarded as it sounds, and there's a lot more to cover. We will briefly look over some of the other lore surrounding him, why his name is Crybaby Kelly, and of course, breaking down his poor attempts at logic with the 2 streams about my Drama Queen video, responses, and of course Cog.
That's called getting cooked to the internet, guys. We've got to accept
No,
it.
fuck off, Cog. I don't have time to do that video at the moment. This is going to be fun, so strap in and prepare for gut-wrenching intestination.
Random intestination.
But first, a word from our sponsor. Me. Because I need money.
And how are we doing today, kiddies? So everybody needs that merch and the Cog cut in a roll by E-Celebs. This is the t-shirt that you need to be wearing because I need money, and the kit's on sale for this weekend only. And still, the price is pretty cheap. I don't care because I make profit out of it. That's what I want. We've got mugs as well. Get them on the mug. Why not? Everybody loves mugs. Kids' t-shirts with Cog getting cut in a row. Yeah, why not? That's not disgusting at all. Cat pictures, cat stickers, cat tank tops. Everybody loves cats. How could you not? You've got my logo. Oh, you've got this fantastic thing with EarJuice, and he's got the belt buckle. Look at those stickers. Oh my god, I need one now. Roll on up, we need that merch. Everybody get over there and buy that merch, because I'm just doing this all for money. That's why I do these things. What's that? Oh, the doodle is fantastic. Back up to you. I need so much merch. Stickers galore. I wish I had a tablet that looked as good as that. If only I had those stickers. For only $3. Oh my god, back up there, you cushions. The pictures don't even fit, but why not just buy one? Buy 2.
Appreciate anybody pumping my face.
Yeah, John Kelly. He's an incredible imbecile. He's handed the information, the correct information, and he still manages to fuck everything up and get everything dead wrong. Good job, buddy.
Well, why don't you test your luck?
So before getting into the streams that John Kelly did about my character, Heph, Stretch, and the whole Drama Queen and Cog video and drama, I thought we would take a quick look over some of the John Kelly lore with the help of my best friend Spectre. Now really, I've only actually spoken to Spectre a few times in the past, but since John seems to have a hate boner for him, and accused Stretch of not only knowing who he was, but sending him screenshots. Why not add to the salt? But also Spectre is frequently found on the Rekieta Discord and knows quite a lot about that lore as well, with even a larger salt factory processing and a much larger hate boner from the poor retarded John.
I know that he was a Spurg who tried to get into Gamergate and Comicsgate, and in both instances, he was just laughed the hell out of both. Gamergate, he was known as a Spurg. He was laughed out throughout the entire thing. He ended up going kind of anti-Gamergate. He actually did some Medium article or something where he accused the guy who owned 8chan of being like a domestic terrorist or something like that. But there was a guy who was saying that he directly doxed Rekieta and a guy who was a Patreon supporter of Nick's on Nick's stream. That was said on John Michael Kelly's Discord. So he does this thing where he says, oh, people are, talking about doxing people on Nick's Discord. He's running a doxing server, but then you turn around and show that, and he's just quiet.
Yeah.
He shuts up.
Because I don't know about Rekieta lore too much. I thought I'd jump in because I was making the songs and things like that. Then all of a sudden the server name was changed to the doxing server, and everybody had their name changed to put dox in it, like the mods were just doing it as a bit of a joke, as a bit of fun. Was that all because of John Michael Kelly?
It was all because John Michael Kelly was on a tear claiming that a doxing server was happening. It's 100% a joke. And John Michael Kelly couldn't understand that. He's like, at least they're accepting that I'm right. It's like, no, we're making fun of you. We're talking about how much of a friggin' low IQ individual you are, and we're having fun at your expense. Nothing else.
So when you get the response, if you win your stupid motion to get the court to make me produce this, let me just preview it for you. There are none, you idiots. I don't dox people. You do. Oh my God, I should maybe just produce the communications I have with any Kiwi Farms member, even though they wouldn't relate to doxing, just for the sheer volume of them calling you stupid cucks that would exist. I certainly haven't given out any identifying information because I don't do that. I've said it over and over. And if you think you're going to catch me in some sort of weird lie on it, that now I have to produce it, I can't. There isn't anything.
Yep, that's Nick lying his ass off, as you can clearly see, as I clearly demonstrate in this stream. The thing is, in a technical sense, he's not even lying. He's lying by omission. Because what Nick is doing is he's promoting and encouraging all of his fans, he's using his audience, his influence, to go ahead and encourage them and put the idea in their heads to go ahead and take action that is beneficial to him. He's using that admiration that e-celebs get to themselves, because a lot of these people, a lot of them are shut-ins, a lot of them are neats, a lot of them are just weirdos. A lot of people who speak up and are vocal about this shit, they're weird, autistic, spurgy weirdos. That's the way it is at the end of the day. And yeah, I realize that, I'm not exactly a normal person myself. That's kind of the joke here. Now, here's the thing about this. This implies that there's more of a conversation here that we're not privy to. Meaning, Nick invited this guy here. Nick can try to wiggle around this all he likes. He's going to come up with like 10 different types of excuses. Maybe he'll try to fly two or three at once. And then he'll try to sneak around it. But no, it's clear. What would he be talking about? Oh shit, I had to double check to make sure it's the real you and not a bot. Low key, I feel like I've just doxed myself to Nick. Thus the doxer becomes a dox. That doesn't really make any sense here unless there's a prior history between these two individuals. That's the only explanation that makes sense. And we've seen Nick make up shit to get people out of trouble before. We know it, you know it, we all know it. Oh, by the way, just a little heads up. There's a lot of people here who have changed their names to dox this and dox that, and a lot of doxy jokes and references, because the joke is, oh, we're totally not doxing people, guys. That's not what we're doing. That's totally made up Okay, like that's a conspiracy theory. We're not doxers. Okay, Nick said so. He doesn't dox people. He wouldn't have this going on in his server. All right.
So you're the person that basically went to the courthouse to check Rontoye's previous marriage document, like divorce documents or something like that?
Yeah, what originally made me do that was I was bored one day, and I decided, he used to be married, so I decided just to pull up on the online thing, because you can pull up marriage certificates online, like publicly. Fine. I pulled it up and I saw he was married twice. And not only was he married twice, but he was married, then he got remarried after like 3 years. And that's very odd. Now, when it comes to divorce documents, you actually have to go down to the courthouse physically and pay for those to get them.
Yeah.
And I wasn't even planning on going down to the courthouse. I actually went down to the stockyards. This is a little tourist thing down there with all the cows. And within a 5-minute drive of that is the courthouse. I went like, fuck it. I kept seeing references to domestic violence. I'm like, oh, okay, let me just grab these and take them to somebody to look at. Which would be Nick Rekieta, and I honestly didn't expect to see anything at all, because like this is the first time I actually gone through any type of divorce document.
Yeah.
So personally, I didn't know what to expect, and now that big thing about like that goes in detail about what he did, all that remote stuff. I didn't even see that, but it was in the documents I got, because that was actually hitting on like page 13 of the documents. I only looked at the first couple of pages.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
And that was from Nick Rekieta looking at and finding that. Ron Toye's, his 2 marriage certificates I did post on the Discord. When I posted them, I actually censored the names of his wives.
Yeah, there you go.
I sold it.
Yeah.
Like, every time I post anything, I always redacted the name of his wives and his son.
John Michael Kelly is one of those people. He's one of those people who thinks that anything he says actually has merit. He thinks that anything he says is 100% true, period, end of discussion. And thus, he should be taken more seriously than he is. He doesn't understand why nobody really takes him seriously. You see this a lot with a lot of YouTube personalities overall. Ethan Ralph, Cog, and they take their popularity, or they take that momentary popularity and they transfer that to, I must be more important than I really am. So that's why when you start criticizing someone like JMK or Ralph or Cog, they don't respond to the criticism that's itself. They do a lot of whataboutism, where they say, well, what about this? Or they try to deflect away from it. We saw that with Cog Spurgstream, for example. He doesn't talk about the actual claims being made. Ralph calling him a cuck. He doesn't really talk about that. He goes, well, Ralph, you watch cuck porn. You watch this, this, and this. You do this. Your wife's living over in freaking England while you're in the United States getting boned by Muhammad. You see it all the time. And that's exactly how JMK thinks. If he were to actually pull in people, I'll say this right now, he would become another Ralph. And it's funny because he's already another Ralph. We've all heard the stream where he literally cries because he's told, shut the fuck up.
So for those of you who haven't heard the now famous audio, here is a quick snippet. Now this was from 2016, where a Sargon fan and homosexual, also John Kelly is a massive homophobe, making this even more hilarious, bored him to tears and basically broke down his character, saying the same things I and others have said or are going to say within this video. So it seems clear that although crying, remorseful, and adamant to change, In the audio, John hasn't learnt from his past mistakes, and the character pattern is there and remains the same.
Well, I'm not admitting I'm wrong because I don't view the rules of the world.
Exactly. You can't admit when you're wrong, John.
You never because I'm not wrong.
Yeah, never.
Exactly. You can't admit when you're wrong either.
Never wrong. John, you are my birthday cake. It's just too sad I can't apply frosting.
So Beard Dog is having his.
Go ahead. Fine, you go ahead and keep believing that when you're fucking a man.
That's fine. Yeah, I'm fucking a man. And I love how mad you get that you have to sink to such a level.
And I love how mad you get. You know what? I'll admit.
You've backed yourself into a corner and you have no argument that'll pull you out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fine.
Yeah. Here, let's take this another direction. John. Hold on. Let's take this in a different direction.
Shut up! Just shut up! Just let me talk!
No, fuck you. I'm not gonna let you talk. You think you fucking own us?
Yeah, really.
I'm
seriously.
sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. All
No,
right?
stop
I
fucking
apologize. I apologize, all right?
No, fuck you. I don't. No. There's no stopping.
Stop, please.
No.
I beg you. I apologize. I apologize. I can't take it. I really can't. It's like this every day.
Then go. Bye
I'm
bye
not
now.
going. I'm not leaving. I just want you to just stop, please. I'm begging you.
Ain't gonna happen. And John, you're really bad at faking.
I'm not faking. Please.
Oh well. Well then, if you're not faking, maybe you should take your little pussy ass to bed.
Oh, fuck!
Because if this is enough to make you just fucking lose your shit, I have been nothing but civil. You've been the one throwing all the right jabs, talking about how I'm fucking a man that just pretends to be a woman, purposefully trying to get under my skin. You've been the one that's tried every underhanded tactic fucking possible to try to one-up me when you aren't worth the fucking salt, buddy.
And
you don't
he's
shake
the
a
one
stick
that's saying that you're the one trying to troll Beard now.
And the thing is, you're not half the man I am. You never will be.
Then what
You'll never amount to a damn thing.
Why do you keep on... Why?
Because it's hilarious. This is great.
Then what can I do to change that? What can I do to change that then? Just please, level with me. Just
stop being a piece of shit.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, alright? I just...
No, there's no apologizing needed. Just stop being a piece of shit.
Then how do I do that? Just tell me, please.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe fucking listen to every person that tells you you're an idiot and ask them why they think that and actually take that into consideration.
I do take that into consideration.
No, you don't, because you don't fucking change,
I really do.
John.
No, you don't understand, please. It's like...
Obviously, we've had a breakthrough here. Maybe you should go to bed, ruminate, and think about your life.
I'm not leaving. I'm not doing that. Just please tell me what I can do to be better.
To be better? Oh, I don't know. Maybe take a page from fucking Archon's book here. Learn to listen to arguments instead of trying to pick them apart. Stop interrupting people at every fucking step. Stop trying to make your point the only point that can be said at any point.
Alright.
Maybe try to be a fucking human being. Maybe stop being such a little pathetic piece of shit, trash, little punk bitch-ass boy. Maybe learn to be a man. Step out and get a real fucking job.
Okay.
Try to do something with your fucking life.
Fine. Just I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I really am.
If you need, look, no, you're not sorry, but you are sorry.
Just please stop it.
Please stop what, John?
Please.
Telling you the truth? Please stop treating you like a fucking adult.
I admit I'm horrible. I'm horrible, right? I admit I'm horrible. I do horrible things all the time. I do them because I just want to change things.
You just want attention, John.
I don't want attention.
Yes, you do, John. That's the first... Look, the first part is getting past the denial. You've got to get past the denial. If you want to change yourself and you actually want to get better, you've got to realize you do this for the attention. You do this and you purposefully take people's arguments out of context. You purposefully pick apart shit and try to twist shit in awkward ways so you can get the attention, so you can be the better man, so you can win your little internet debates, John. That's all it is. It's just another notch on the belt.
You do as well. You do the same thing. You just do it this entire time.
No.
You have been. Yes, you have been. Yes, you have.
Really? Really?
Yes,
I thought you said you were going to get better, John. You're not doing very well so far.
Please, can you just drop it?
No.
Why
I'll drop it when you leave.
I'm staying. I'm not leaving.
Okay, then.
That's
Well,
the
I'm
one
not
thing we're supposed to
stopping.
do. I'm not going to leave just because you say so. Please.
Okay, so
Please
okay,
stop.
so
Please. I beg you.
I'd actually
please.
like to get back to a topic of discussion. Here for a
I'd
second.
like you to please stop. All right. I don't know what I did to piss you off this way. It's just I can't.
John, I'm not pissed. Look here.
I know. I'm not
said
saying
it
you're
a million
pissed. I'm not saying that. Just stop. Stop it.
You
Stop.
just literally said I was pissed.
I apologize. I'm sorry. I don't know what.
Apologies do jack shit, John. Apologies do nothing.
What am I to learn from this?
Deeds, not
What am
words,
I to
sir.
learn- What am I to learn from this? Exactly.
I don't know. Maybe delete your fucking account on
I'm not
Twitter.
deleting. I'm not doing that. Please don't tell me
Maybe
to
stop
do things I'm
making
not going to do.
fucking.
The
Maybe
one
stop
thing I
making
want you to stop.
John,
that are
you're
for
asking
fucking
him.
truth.
You're asking him what you should do, but you're saying no. I'm not going to do that when he tells you what to do.
No, please stop it. Why do you take pleasure from me? I don't get this.
I know that you're fucking faggots, and I'll take the brunt of all of you fucking.
God damn it, Cog! Get out of my video. What are you doing? Wait a minute.
Oof.
Cog, listen to John Kelly.
Oof.
And he's going to be part of this law video after all.
Oof.
And going to make it into the end.
That's called getting cooked to the internet, guys. We've got to accept it.
One day, we just read about those history books, you know? And I thought, what a beautiful thing, because maybe one day it'll be.
Back to Spectre!
You look at John Michael Kelly's streams, he doesn't show context. When he was trying to claim that the doxing server thing, for example, he literally types in the word dox in the search function on Discord, and then he just takes a screenshot of the word dox and say, oh, they're talking about doxing. For example, he took a screenshot from 2018 in which Nick Rekieta says, I don't think I could pay you for dox. I don't think I could ethically or legally pay you for dox. He says this to a guy named Doink on the server.
And in legal documents.
Right. He's like, oh, well, look at this. Nick Rekieta's talking about doxing.
Like, I tried to correct him. And yeah,
if you call him out of the context thing, his response is always, I don't need context. Context doesn't matter.
Now, to be fair to John Kelly, there was one instance where Spectre did post a link to John's docs in the Nick Rekieta Discord. My guess is that Nick really wouldn't appreciate that sort of stuff. But at the same time, I've also found times where John Kelly has doxed people, or people have talked about him doing IRL stuff. And just so we're clear, no John Kelly doxes or pictures will be linked or shown in this video, because I disavow all of that IRL type behavior and hope that it stops and doesn't happen.
So I posted in Nick's Discord so they could see, oh, he's a guy who's been around for years and he was doxed. Here you go. Now, he took that as me directly doxing him, which I'm not sure if you know this, but you can't be doxed more than once. And he left it ambiguous as to if I was the one who doxed him on 8chan in 2016 or what was going on.
And remember, Nick participated in this by promoting Spectre's little poll. Did Nick purposely seek this guy out because of the hit job he did on me? Did Spectre whisper in Nick's ear? I wouldn't put it past them. I really wouldn't. And again, you can't fucking trust these people. That's the truth of the matter. If you trust YouTubers, you're an idiot. I don't know how else to explain this to you. It happens over and over again. And then you keep on wondering, oh, I got all these knives in my back. How do I get all these knives in my back? Well, you trusted the YouTuber. And you did it so many times that you need to get spinal surgery.
So there was supposedly leaks coming out of Rekieta's Discord a few weeks back as well.
He ends up, pretty much being told, no, I literally do not want you on here. That's when he started doing the streams and saying, oh, Nick's running a doxing server. So what John Michael Kelly would do is he'd subscribe on Patreon on the 2nd, get access to the Discord, and then on the 30th or the 31st, whatever the last day is, he'd cancel his subscription so he'd never pay. JMK wanted to run his little gay ops. He likes to claim other people are running gay ops, but then he shows that he has a second account, his second Discord account, specifically in Nick Rekieta's server, specifically for Nick's server.
Why does he hate Nick Rekieta so much? What is fundamentally that about?
JMK is a leftist, and he's trying to masquerade as alt-right and whatnot in order to try to shore up support. His big thing is he always wanted to be a personality on YouTube. He always wanted to be somebody who people respected and listened to, and he's never understood why people don't. He came into this entire thing, for example, wanting to be the anti-Nick. This was around the time that Mars Girl had said we need to start cultivating a YouTube presence to counter people like Nick Rekieta. And literally as soon as she said that, probably a day or two later, JMK was blowing up Nick's Twitter saying, you need to have me on. He already did that with Shane Holmberg, and we all saw the glorious trash fire that was.
We're going to look at trying to get Nick's name to a point where cons are not laughing at the fact of bringing him in, that cons want to bring him in.
Nick doesn't want another one of those. He doesn't want to be part of internet blood sports. He doesn't want to do anything like that. If he's going to have a show, he wants it to be entertaining and informative. That's his big thing on YouTube. He's not looking to actually bring any truth or honesty to anything. He's a tabloid writer. That's the best way to put it. The minute you start calling him on his bullshit, his response was always, you don't know what you're talking about. Or it doesn't matter what the context is. If you're going to use anything that he said for Nick Rekieta's server, for example, just go back a little bit and you'll, generally speaking, see the context that he leaves out. There's a reason the guy doesn't pull in more than 10 people watching at a time. The only times he's ever had 20 to 30 people watching were when Nick Rekieta's Discord server would go in to troll him, and that's it.
Well, he had that today.
That's
he had
it,
and then he had a stream snipe and 2 people recording at least, as well as the other stream.
Right. Right.
Yeah, because we were all there just to laugh. Yeah.
EarJuice's pissing video.
Stretch is my co-host, and he's the guy that had all the Drama Queen DMs and all the COG DMs. So he took screenshots of all of that, and that's what is mostly in my video about Drama Queen. And so Stretch says that in the YouTube comments on John Michael Kelly's video, and he says, well, what does he mean by this? Oh, well, look over here. Spectre is posting screenshots on Twitter. So that's what he thought that Stretch was taking screenshots of? It's like, dude, Stretch is, like, I'm confirming the story Stretch is also talking about. Stretch wouldn't even know who the fuck you are, I doubt. Like, do you know who Stretch is?
Yeah, I've heard of Stretch. I've never interacted with him, so I can't say who he is.
Found a funny little thing. This is Stretch. He's a relevant character at this. It turns out that he had a hand in making the video. I leaked the screenshots. Your facts are fucked. Ha ha ha. What does he mean by that? Seems to me, based on some exceptional tweets by this individual, that he took some screenshots from the server and gave them to Spectre. I don't know if that's the case for sure. And timing of this seems really odd. And let's see if that's the case. And he's, of course, Spectre's going on about how this is the real John Kelly, uses bad words like kike and faggot. Yeah, because he's so progressive and tolerant.
When you posted that comment about screenshots in John Kelly's video, what screenshots were you referring to, and do you know who the fuck Spectre is?
What I meant by screenshots were that all the screenshots that were shown, or not all of them, but most of them that were shown in your video, that were shown on Ralph's stream, that he was displaying himself, John Kelly, they were my fucking screenshots. I took those screenshots and I released those screenshots. That's what I meant.
I know.
And his facts are fucked because he's just saying all this crazy shit.
I know. It's so weird, like, how you could not put those 2 and 2 things together. That's what I couldn't get. Like, I had told him by that point, oh, Stretch, that most of those screenshots is Stretch's DMs. Or from a boyfriend. And then you post stuff about screenshots, and all of a sudden he's talking about Spectre. Do you know who Spectre is? Have you ever spoken to him?
I've never spoken to him. I know who he is because he's had spats with Cog.
It's funny who's keeps on popping up in these kinds of situations.
After making my video exposing Drama Queen as an e-thought, who was not only having a relationship at the same time with 2 different men online, but was also married at the time, a complete firestorm of drama erupted online and especially on Twitter, since YouTuber wanker Cognitive Thought was one of the men involved. John Kelly watched the video and decided that the information that myself, Stretch and Heph had found and displayed seemed off, that the story wasn't organic in his mind, and was a smear piece of fake news intended to cause the destruction of Cognitive Thought's internet reputation, that he quite frankly destroyed all by himself after having an internet tantrum fit for an entitled whammon. John would then present his case via a live stream entitled Of Cucks and Clicks. Now there is a lot to cover, and when watching the stream you can really see his retarded thought process in action, which reminded me a whole lot of something very specific.
You know, I had an idea like that once, a long time ago.
Really? What was it, Tom?
Well, all right. It was a jump to conclusions mat. You see, it would be this mat that you would put on the floor and would have different conclusions written on it that you could jump to.
That is the worst idea I've ever heard in my life, Tom.
Yes, it's horrible, this idea.
So, for extra reading and hilarious entertainment, I do suggest watching the entire stream for yourself, along with the Drama Queen video for context if you haven't watched it yet. I've also left links for the other streams and videos used in this video below. Now, for those who don't know the long version of the story about how the Drama Queen information was discovered and brought to light, it is all broken down on an episode of FTW Tonight, link also below if you want to know more. But now, let's get into the John Kelly streams.
No, I thought there was some recent controversy that caught my eye, and I noticed a couple things that are interesting about that people are kind of overlooking. Because truthfully, I don't think this is an organic push of just, haha, something funny happened to Cog, let's all laugh at the guy while he's down. No, things hardly ever happen organically on the net, because this, especially in this, with these particular types of people that make these deliberate drama channels and feed off of each other. Generally speaking, what happens is they need to push these things to happen in order to get generate content and revenue. So let's take a little closer look. Like, why would I develop this rational inference, as you will, for this exactly? EarJuice, as far as I can tell, is some weird, I guess, furry music creator. I don't know much about him. His music, I listened to a sample of his music, and it's just like, it's terrible. It's absolutely awful. He calls his piece Rent Free. This is a rendition of it here, but like, I listened to the original thing. It is just awful, man. I mean, you gotta improve your craft considerably, because I just wanted to take my ears off so they'd stop bleeding. Why is he doing a makeup show? No, I'm legit asking, like, that's a really weird subject for a guy who looks like who seems to come across as an Aussie shit poster to want to talk about, especially since he admits that he doesn't know much about the subject matter. I don't know. People have these really weird idiosyncrasies. I just don't get it. But aside from his musical talent, which really isn't here or there, apparently he also likes to make a lot of videos about random nobodies and makes lots of drama channels, drama shit. Like, he made fun of Ralph, Andy, whoever, this Uway guy. Apparently Uway is the type of guy who likes to hang around these e-celeb circles, and he latched onto Cog for some reason. And apparently Cog and this EarJuice guy like to bully him and make fun of him. And they did that for fun. I don't know if it was necessarily malicious. I don't know what the context is. I really don't know. And it's one of those things where I'll probably look into it and to see if there's anything there. But at the same time, it just, I don't get why certain people take enjoyment over what they do with certain people. I saw the video of you like cramming into a tent. And I get with this big fat guy, apparently that's Uway, I don't know.
So as we can see here, John Kelly has some weird habit of really poisoning the well when introducing myself, my videos, and music, which just seems quite petty and vindictive. And again, John decides to jump to conclusions on my character as well, and doesn't even look into the Uway situation in the lore videos. But comes to conclusions based off some e-celeb boogie monster he seems to have in his head. So I decided to catch up with Uway himself and get his perspective on John Kelly and his comments. From what he knows, you latched onto Cog, and then Cog and I bullied you for fun. And that's basically the rundown.
Look, I would say that things didn't have to go as far as they went, but I do fully acknowledge that if I had a better understanding of the whole situation, and if I wasn't a noob, because I am a noob on YouTube, I would have handled things way differently. So
yeah,
at the end of the day, I take full responsibility, and I've apologized, and yeah, we're gonna move forward, and we're just gonna work on being better.
Yeah, that's it. I think with the with that situation, yeah, I'd have to agree that I probably, that's why I don't want to do John Kelly part 4 and part 5. I want to just try and keep it all on one part. Because doing 4 parts it just gets a bit hurtful. It seems like too much. You know what I mean?
I think that if my situation makes you better at doing your job, and you feel like you do it in such a way that you're more ethical and more moral in doing it, I'm happy for it, EarJuice.
Yeah, well, that's what I think. I think from the situation of doing the little videos about you is part 1 had that tone of let's poke fun. Yeah, no, I still do that, and you kind of have to with John Kelly, because he's completely unreasonable and just a fucking idiot, really. But
this is the most like in terms of listening to this person and where he is, I question his mental state and I question his intellect. I have no idea that we had a character like this on this corner of YouTube. He jumps to conclusions on everything. You give him all the documentation and all the evidence, and this individual still doesn't get it. It's amazing,
Yeah.
That he's a very special, and I keep saying this again, he's a special person.
That's it.
That's the best I'll say. Like EarJuice, can we not say that it's gone full circle? To some degree?
It has.
Yeah,
it's gone full fucking circle, and Cog has done it to himself. And even John Kelly will fucking tell you that. Everyone knows that Cog fucked this up and did this to himself.
But this is the thing that shocks me about the Cog situation, in my opinion. You would have thought that a person who had been doing this to people for a very long time now. I mean, the guy said that his streams are not about trauma, and when I heard that from an associate of mine, I started laughing my ass off. You would have expected Cog to know how to handle the situation. I'm a noob, so I didn't know how to handle the situation, and that's why I acted so I acted like an idiot, and I acted immature in that situation. But Cog just continued to, he literally made the same mistakes that I made, and I wouldn't have expected that of him.
Yeah,
I thought he would have handled it much better, If you could put this in the video, it would be, I would greatly appreciate it. The fact that on Twitter, Cognitive Thought labeled me, and literally, instead of using the creepy tone, he literally called me a pedo, and then we have evidence in the background where he says, I don't think Uway is a pedo, but you're just going to say it, meaning that anybody who is having anything to do with me is now going to wonder, is Uway a pedo? You know, I think that I can understand if you have an issue with me, but to call me that was, you know, was a big shocker. And it guarantees that there will be no, you know, future where me and Kyle can ever have a conversation and maybe, you know, work things out. I didn't wish this on Cog, you know, but it happens, you know what I mean?
Yeah, well, that's it.
What was the music song that you did in your head, or
Rent Free? Yeah.
Rent Free. That is, I look, to John Kelly, but I think I listen to that on the way to work every morning, so I don't know what he's talking about, but I think that you're very good at what you do.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, well, music's subjective. Yeah, it's like the only people who don't seem to like Rent Free are Cog's minions, who all told me how much it sucked, and John Kelly himself. Oh, yeah. There's nothing going on there, is there? It's a parody song. It's not you know what I mean? Like, it's parody music. It's not supposed to be classics that you put on all the time. It's just supposed to be a commentary on fucking YouTube through the form of music in a
it's funny,
quite satirical and funny way. Yeah, that's all it is. If you don't like this song, wow, duh. It's not going to be something that I would expect people to be putting on when they get home for some easy listening. You know what I mean? It's just
I heard you.
Yeah.
I also heard that he thinks I'm Esau, which I find hilarious, which is again another indication that this dude is really like terrible with facts and things like that. And
Yeah.
he, jumps to conclusions. Yeah.
But it's a nice little Easter egg to show who's connected to who's talking to who, rubbing whose shoulder, stabbing who in the back. You know, that sort of casual thing that friends do to friends, where they just, you know, suck each other's dicks off until it becomes convenient to just throw each other under the bus, because that's a sign of normal, healthy, neurotypical type people.
Now that John's well poisoning introduction is complete, he now goes into and breaks down his main argument with massive jumps in logic to get there. Let's take a look at the main points he makes and then show how he is wrong.
There's something else that's really weird about. There's some other couple things. Number one, why did he record that conversation all the way back in July when he started making this video in October? That makes no sense.
First off, John comes to the conclusion that I must have known about the relationship back in July between Cog and Drama Queen, based off the fact that I recorded this gotcha moment with her. Now, this was just a funny conversation which we had prior to an interview used in the Uway Part 2 lore video. Now, I was just making a joke that Cog had sent Drama Queen a dick pic, and if I had known about the relationship, then I would have uncovered this story when Chetnik told me about his relationship with her during the time Cog did his stream about Bitwave. And if that was the case, I would have likely gone to Dispatch with that type of info.
He already had what he needed with the Cog head, with the Cog PNG file. So he contacted Cog under false pretenses. Like, he already had this file, and like, this guy knows this. Like, this guy might be shit at like music, but he knows a thing or two about basic Photoshop skills. You mean to tell me that he can't take this image here and just cut around the edges there and just put it onto something? That's nonsense. That's absolute nonsense. This guy set this up. He set up and egged Cog on into this position, or at least that's the rational inference that I can gather from this. That's what it seems like. But I'm not done yet. Ralph has jumped on this, of course. Ralph's jumped on this, and he's been shitting on Cog. Yeah, he jumped on the bandwagon as soon as the day the video was released, gleefully tweeting about how he's gonna get at Cog, and then he's going ahead and saying about how, and spending a lot of time on Twitter talking about how Cog's a cuck, and making content for it on his show. I don't like Cog. It's fairly well known. He tried to smear me for months, and is the king of dragging shit out. So to hear this from one of the members of his audience is fairly amusing. That being said, he did all this to himself. LOL. No, I don't buy this. I don't buy that. Not when it's brought to light that EarJuice is lying about why he's contacting COG back in July, basically chumming it up with the person that he's supposedly making a bad video on. So this drama queen person, who was also invited by Ralph on the show, I don't know if she showed up or not, but Ralph invited her on. She's not suffering any consequences from this. COG's gonna get the brunt of it for being a cuck, and that's it.
So the claim that I already had the COG head is easily disputed once you know that Drama Queen herself was the one who actually made the Scooby-Doo Uway meme, which is how I also knew she also had the art of COG's head to start with, starting off the whole incident with COG asking me for my DMs. John would then believe the title of a kill stream that had Drama Queen listed as a guest, which when checked can be confirmed to be just a soundboard created by Dame Pesos. So with John's jumps in logic and reasoning with a complete lack of research, he would come to a pretty wild conclusion involving, of all people, the Gunt, Ethan Ralph. Even though just by scrolling through my videos, which John even pointed out himself, that I had made fun of him and created the Gunt Wave music genre and Daft Gunt, which Ralph is quite frankly not a fan of at all. But let's take a look at where John takes his argument.
Like, so I'm going to make another rational inference here. Like, I think proof exists if it's true. I think it's likely Ralph knew about certain things going on with this beforehand. I think that, like, one time or at one point or another, he knew that this video was going to come out. He knew that these things were going on. I think he had a hand in this. I think that COG got rat fucked. I think this was an op, or maybe one or two people acting sneakily behind the scenes. Like, I think it's also interesting that, like, when I talked to the Heph guy, who's, like, been a member of my Discord, not a very good member, but I'm about to show. I think it's interesting the response he gave. The weird thing is this part here. It'll be a glorious dumpster fire when his house of cards finally crumbles in on itself. Like, but I don't know. It's a rational inference to me that I think he knows that there's more going on behind the scenes. I don't think this guy is as sharp of a knife as he thinks he is. And I don't think these people are particularly all that smart, considering that they leave evidence hanging right out in the open in their videos. So yeah, I'm going to keep an eye on this. And on top of that, I think it's about time that people knew more about Ralph. A lot more about him. Because, again, he's done this over and over and over again. And people are like, yeah, that's okay. You can get away with it. No. Like, if the skeptics deserve to be fucked over because of, like, their dumb Discord ops, then Ralph should go, too. Like, it shouldn't just be, oh, well, Kraut was the only one. No, it's been proven that Ralph is fully willing to do the same things that he was calling Kraut on. And people are like, yeah, that's okay. And I'm going to emphasize again, Medicare not going after this shit, just going after the skeptics, is fucking hypocritical. Fucking hypocritical of all hell. Because there's no way, I'm not going to be convinced here. I'm not going to, like, do these streams, look at the shit. Even if Jim only has 10% of the knowledge I do about this stuff, he knows that there's fucking a slimy underbelly right in his own network. And he's just doing nothing about it. And that's the truth of the matter.
It still cracks me up. It's just brilliant. It was a knob. With Ralph. And he's just banging that desk. It's not as smart, not as sharp as a knife as he thinks he is. Got him. Whew. Okay, but at least John Kelly would get one thing right within the stream. Let's take a look.
No. That's not what I'm saying. COG did not do nothing. He fucked up. Like, COG should, like seriously, COG. Like, if you happen to be listening to this, why the fuck would you start a relationship with a girl on the internet? That's like some teenage level bullshit. You're like in your 30s. Like, don't date e-girls. Just don't do it. Like, the problem with online relationships is that, like, the moment that another guy comes, not when it's brought to light that EarJuice is lying about why he's contacting COG back in July, LOL. No, I don't buy this. I don't buy that. Not when it's brought to light that EarJuice is live.
Now, Heph would come on and give his opinion on the matter when he called me straight after the stream was done, because he was watching along as well. Let's see his first reactions, shall we? I was trying to be respectful there.
Oh, he doesn't deserve any.
I've never had someone do a stream on me like that before. Like, that has never happened.
It's so
And
funny.
it just has to be the most retarded
He spins
shit.
all of this because he said you had that conversation with Drama Queen the same day that you got the fucking picture from her. What a fucking mongoloid. He's so stupid. And then he takes my fucking comments completely out of context and makes us talking about cock. What a fucking moron! He's so stupid. He has pictures of me, Ralph shit talking me in his fucking stream. And he says that I'm working with him. What kind of fucking long con is this?
I know.
Holy shit!
It's been going for ages, dude.
Oh my god!
Oh.
And then we sit on it for months.
I know, like,
holy shit!
like wait for Cog to go away because we knew about the camping trip. So it's just
What a fucking moron! Oh shit! Oh, he's so stupid. Oh my god! What a paranoid freak!
I thought you were more than fair with Cog, and I think that to some degree you went out of your way to try to make it clear that Cog seemingly didn't know about this whole situation. And I think that what put him in the bind, and you could draw the parallels again, are similar to the way that I handled it. You know, and you know, as a noob who didn't know how to handle it, that's one thing, but like I said, I was surprised he didn't know how to handle it. And his reaction to it, and the fact that what was it, 200 tweets, almost 300 tweets in less than 2 days. That, you know, and then he puts out a poll, which to this day, and I think you've explained it, and you've shown everybody how this poll seemed buggy. You pull out a poll and you say, "Am I a cuck?" You're literally inviting trolls to come at you and throw everything at you that they possibly can.
So let's quickly go over the plan, like what we were planning once we discovered the info. So, did we know back in July about the information? I certainly didn't, but you...
I did.
You did, yes.
I did, and I have shown the screenshot where Drama Queen tells me... I mean, how else would anybody else know they were together? It was fucking me. Drama Queen says in the screenshot that I'm the only one that knows about it.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, so why would why would Cog and John Kelly make that conclusion when it's in the fucking screenshots itself? Alright, so we found out about Chetnik and then went to him. We showed him receipts because he was freaking out. Then we knew, and by that stage, that's when we figured out the whole story once he talked to us.
Right.
I went and checked with Blue to make sure he wasn't one involved, and then we sort of discussed what we were going to do with Cog. But we had full intentions of going to Cog at some point. We were just waiting for him to go back, and you were the best person to go and talk to him. Yeah.
Right. Because I'm the one that was going to release it. And I did intend on doing that. It kind of spiraled out of control, and it was going to get out anyways. I mean, that's what we wanted to do, but I don't owe Cog anything.
No.
I don't have to ask for his permission or run information by him. Those are my screenshots with someone else. I don't give a fuck how he feels about it. And I don't even know how Ralph would know. We all shit on Ralph, even to this day. I wouldn't give him a goddamn thing.
I've never had a DM combo with Ralph. I've only had public ones, in public chat.
And he doesn't like you because of Death Gun.
Oh, he fucking hates it.
And that was before July, right?
Yeah,
I mean, Death Gun's pretty old.
yeah, we had and Ralph and I had our falling out back with the Stream Me fall, which was March, I'm pretty sure. Alright, and then it was basically because when you went and told Heph, he was then... I mean, he was, from my point of view, he was going on FTW that day. And those screenshots were coming out. And I had no idea.
Yeah.
I sort of walked into it by going and chatting to Normie about just the video. And then Heph was in my DM saying, well, it just seemed like the intent was there, and then all of a sudden that we were on the show, and it just all sort of kind of just happened the way it happened. So, but there was,
I mean, yeah, I told Heph because it was too juicy. And
Yeah.
I knew he would get a kick out of it. But I wanted to. I wanted to go to COG because to try to like minimize the spurgery.
After the first stream, I decided to go to John Kelly via his Discord to laugh, but to also set the record straight and answer all the questions he had, honestly, with maybe some trolling later on. Rather than John Kelly believing what I had told him, especially when also showing the massive holes in his argument, he would instead come back with another stream, Cucks and Clicks Part 2, to double down on his arguments and catch me out on my lies. He would go through my answers that I gave and instead give his op theory more weight by jumping to even more conclusions. Since he was just being retarded, I thought I would have some fun since he was reading off a live Discord chat instead of screenshots that could be edited. This and the chat would troll him into cutting the stream short and ending it.
And then EarJuice responds with, yeah, so I wanted to, but it was Stretch's DMs that had the info relating to him, so it was his call because Cog was potentially going to be pissed at him. Can you please unmute Stretch? He will help. Okay, I see what he did there. Well, there's a way around that. Alright, so as you clearly saw on video, he's trying to hide what he said. He's going back and editing it. I'm going to say that this is a troll, but it's also, but at the same time, while this is a clever little troll, I think he's also trying to take back the shit he said here. And he realizes it's embarrassing for him. When he is a friend and a co-host that I trust and have respect for, there was... Oh, okay, so apparently EarJuice deleted or edited something. Yep, see, right here. Decided to edit that out. I'm not sure why. I'm guessing he got... There he goes again. Like, if you want to go ahead and try to cover the evidence live, you can do that, EarJuice. It's not a good look because this is a big lie you're telling here. Like, very, very clearly, people can tell that you blatantly lied about... Actually, I got an idea. We'll solve this way. Alright. Now you can't edit things. Like, yeah, he's saying that he didn't contact Cog, the guy he said that he's not trying to hurt in the video. He's saying he didn't contact him because Stretch was going to go ahead and apparently Stretch would be mad at him. And here's Stretch saying, it'd be an issue for EarJuice not wanting to start drama between two separate parties. He's not a bad dude, you'll have it all wrong. And... Let's see. Like, I know for... Let's see, going down further. Alright, so... So yeah, these people... It's just the same bullshit over and over again, really. Like... They just do the same thing. Every time. Every time they claim to, like, stand for this or that thing. It's just... It's just the same bullshit. Anyway. And the thing is, like... And like, there's a couple of people crying to get on stream to, like, correct the record. But I don't see how you get corrected from this. I don't see how you go ahead and pretend it wasn't an op. In any event. Alright. All right, I guess that's it for tonight. I just wanted to rant a little bit about that because it was on my mind. I had some more things lined up for this, but it's so much autism with this, where the people that are getting involved with it are just essentially they're doing this dumb shit behind the scenes.
EarJuice's pissing video.
They're like, say whatever you want. It never had any intention of just telling the story of a whore.
Yeah.
All the shit that came Cog's way was Cog's doing. His and his alone. I couldn't have helped that along. There's no way that we... And what a sad op, too, if it was an op. I mean, really, to have this outcome, this was literally just Cog acting like a fucking retard. So much so that he believed the John Kelly narrative.
Yeah, that's it. Oh,
Get
it's so
fucked.
good.
Get fucked, Cog, you stupid fuck.
Alright, so I think the most important thing, because it's probably not clear to people, especially from me, because of the videos I've put out, and they're all like, look, it's Cog, let's make fun of Cog and that people probably think that my feelings or our feelings might have been vindictive right from the get-go towards Cog.
No. None. Nope.
No. I wasn't planning
I
to do any content at all.
I went hard at you because I disagreed with the way things happened at first. After talking to you, I realized that I was wrong in some of my assumptions. But no, nobody ever wanted to. I mean, we said that outright. It's in the fucking screenshots. You saying that you wanted to go talk to him in the conversation with Chednick. That you wanted to talk to him. Me telling you not to, and also me saying that I didn't want to cause Cog any damage. I mean, we have the proof of that shit days before it happened. But it really got. I mean, we both understood that it really the only way no damage could come from it was how he handled it, and he handled it poorly.
Yeah. Well,
he lost half his audience.
And so what are your feelings towards Cog now, and why?
He's a goofy little bitch. I mean, he freaked out on me because and accused me of running away from him in Discord because I was being tagged in a different Discord and popped over to respond. Just to end up leaving the Discord and then kicking me from his. I mean, that happened over a period of time, short version. He's a fucking faggot. I didn't have really any problem with him. I didn't have I never really had any like allegiance or friendship with any of that gay shit. But now that he's like shown his absolute true colors, he's a spineless fucking weirdo.
Yeah, that's it.
Hits up girls trying to live on their couch for a green card.
After the outcome of John Kelly's second stream, he would begin DMing Cog, telling him about his theories and how it was one big op. Now, I had been talking about and posting stuff about the John Kelly streams into Cog's Discord. However, rather than asking around in a calm manner or doing any research, Cog would listen and believe and jump to conclusions, coming in full attack mode while I was editing this video and chatting to Normie and Stretch in a VC. In very short order, Cog would spurg out in chat, with me egging him on and joking about Ralph, with other Cog minions even telling him that he was wrong on this. Cog would then call myself, Stretch and Heph liars and kick us from his Discord. I had already gotten a capture of the chat, however, and posted it straight onto YouTube. Subscribe to my alt channel at Jabo Binks. And in anger, he started posting personal information about my business in various Discords, including my own, making him look butthurt and spiteful, to be honest. Cog had successfully spurged out so hard, he had not only caused a lot of drama to intensify, but was now believing stupid conspiracy theories in order to try and pass blame onto anyone he could. In fact, Cog had directed a lot of blame at myself, telling people about what my intentions were right from the get-go when this drama had all kicked off. But this time, trying to throw his weight around to exile someone from the community wouldn't work, and would instead make him even more ridiculous, as he would keep attacking other people and the FTW server, trying to smear and pass blame. a sad state of affairs. Yeah, see, Cog dunked on me right from the get-go. He went straight out the gate and came straight for me, but then it just kept changing. It kept changing, like his story and what he was saying about us, and it was just and that's why I started making the videos. That's why I started selling merch for profit. It was all just a reaction to what Cog was saying and doing. I was just like, no, fuck this.
I fucked up in my going at you because I kind of gave Cog ammo.
Yeah, it did. I sort of
because
saw
I
that.
gave you shit, but that like disproves his fucking criticisms of me. Why would I run away from Cog and not say what I wanted to say to his face, but do it to you?
Yeah, well, that's it.
That doesn't make any fucking sense. I went straight at you with my criticisms, and as soon as I had enough, I really was letting Cog slide, trying not to, because I really didn't see it the same way as everybody else. When most people were doing it just to be shitty and make him spurt, which is fine. I'm not gonna troll shield the dude, but I just didn't feel like going at him. But then you claim we're in a doxing server and all this other gay shit, and then I'm finally just like, dude, stop fucking crying. And that really hurt his feelings. Really, really, really hurt his feelings.
Yeah, I mean, he just wouldn't stop, and like I let it slide for a few days, and then it just got to a point where I was like, no, fuck this. You know what? I couldn't, because I wasn't even going to make a video, and I really wanted to at one point because he kept dunking on me, and I said, no, I'm just going to hold my tongue because this will look bad if I did it. And then but then it just got to a point where he just wouldn't stop fucking dunking on me, and I was just like, no, fuck this. I'm making all this content, I'm going to put it out there. I'm going to sell merch because he reckons I did it for views and money or something. Fuck him.
EarJuice's pissing video. So EarJuice actually posted out his video initially and put my like, oh, come and watch Cog over here. Like, don't worry, Drama Queen's video, but Cog's in the video. Like, yeah, so yeah.
Let's see how many views are on EarJuice's video at the moment.
Does it matter?
See who drew attention to this.
But what's
yeah,
it? But Heph, you've just told me that my comment was that people are using my name for views. It doesn't matter how many views he got. He literally used my name, even though it's about Drama Queen and stuff, and I'm in there. He literally sells it on Discord as, by the way, Cog's in this video, guys. Yeah, of course. That's what I. Even Ralph has put my name in the title, and yeah, he'll get views off that. Yeah, which he obviously knows he will. Have I put Ralph's name in the title to get views? No, I don't care about views on this channel. I've explained this. I'm demonetized.
Wasn't the EarJuice video initially about Drama Queen?
Yeah.
So why did he tweet it out and message it? And why did he message it out into the Discord saying, "Oh, by the way, Cog's in this," with all his message beforehand?
Guess what? Nobody would have known about that unless you brought it up.
No,
Except
I didn't.
For the few people that saw that in the Discord.
You
were the one that brought.
What are you
attention
talking
to
about? I was brought onto FTW and spoke about it there. Next thing I know, people are posting about it on Twitter, including Ralph. What do you mean? It was always going to go this way.
Yeah, making criticisms of me while I'm already kicked out of the Discord and can't see it, which is what he accused us of doing. And it's fucking retarded. I don't... You're not important enough for me to devote that much time to. We're now laughing at you because of the stuff that you did. Like, I don't... Why would we go to Ralph? I was in the Discord talking shit about Ralph for him. We were putting watermarks over the pictures because he was stealing our shit. Are you fucking retarded?
I just thought it was a funny story.
It is. it is. And he could have sidestepped it. He could have just been like, yeah, I got led around by my dick, blah, blah, blah. And, I mean, everybody has said that. Even John Kelly said it, pretty much.
I know, that's the funniest part, is that John Kelly at least agrees on that point.
I think this says everything you need to say about Cog. This is a person who is all about the drama and is desperate to use it in any way that he can, and then frames it in any way that goes along with his narrative. That is my honest opinion of cognitive thought. I think he would do whatever it takes to get to frame it. And now that there are chinks in cognitive thought's armor, people are not believing everything that he just says anymore, and that says a lot about it. We have turned things around, and the way he handled this, it was a big shocker. If you have the intention of raising another man's children, I think that means you're a cuck, pretty much. So there's two types of cucks. There's the guy in the corner, right, who is seeing his lady getting hammered by some other dude, and then there's the other one, which is you're willing to raise another man's children, and he intentionally was willing to do that just to be able to come to the United States. And he has a history of very badly wanting to come over to my country, which is kind of like, it's amazing because you are in a modern country. You are in England, you are in the UK, and here you are trying to freeload, and you're leaving a modern country to come to another modern country, perhaps the best country in, the best modern country in the world, the United States, and you want to freeload over here. So I can make an argument that he is less than a lot of these immigrants who come to my country and just want to use the benefits. And because a lot of these immigrants come here and they just want to get a job and they just want to, get some work and stuff like that. But for you to leave the UK to want to come over here and do the same thing that you were doing over here, it says a lot about his personality. And he wants to be a stay-at-home dad. What self-respecting man wants to be a stay-at-home dad? I've never ever heard that, ever before in my life. So this is cognitive thought. That's all you have to say, pretty much.
That's good shit.
You said, I told Ralph in July, oh, the plot thickens. Keep spilling the gay op, faggot. So you knew in July? Like, this idiot! This is unbelievable.
That doesn't mean he was chatting to John Kelly. No way.
Later on down in the fucking conversation, Trez is like, that's who was talking to him, Vasorium. Okay, hold on, let's go to the... We need to stretch in on this. This is too fucking good. I can't believe this. I'm in shock right now. I'm in shock. I'm in fucking shock.
Are you fucking kidding me?
No
he
shit.
believes what John Kelly was saying?
No shit. It's there in the
No
DMs.
fucking way.
That's why Cog went off and banned me.
No way.
Yep.
What a fucking idiot. He keeps doing this to himself and then acting like they go behind my back. Nigger, we're shitty to everybody. To their fucking face. What are you talking about? No one is afraid of you. At all. I have no problem making fun of you to your fucking face, bitch. You did this to yourself. You brought up all the fucking info. You're the one who spazzed the fuck out. What are you talking about? God. What a deluded fucking piece of shit.
EarJuice's pissing video.
The last few weeks have really been a roller coaster that started off with me really worried about the potential outcome to just laughing my ass off all over the drama queen drama. I think the one piece of advice I would like to give to everyone from my experience is to be careful talking about the intentions of others. A lot of the problems were caused by deciding the intentions of others when it comes to Cog looking silly, John Kelly's streams, and a short disagreement between myself and the happy hour hosts. And now, even with another idiot named Aboro, who has come into Cog's Discord as well as FTW, telling everyone that our drama will make us implode in 2 months, and that our intentions were to always bring Cog down. It's just a reality that people will hold you to account, will question, and then tell you your own intentions, and will use what you say to form their own opinions, and go out and take action based on those opinions when you make a video or stream. Even small mistakes can be amplified to make judgments, and it's almost impossible to get it right 100% of the time. But at least try to show context or have evidence for what you were trying to say, or at least look for it when listening to others. John Kelly, Cog, Ralph, and many others, including myself, have narratives that they try to push. It's important to look at narratives, keep an open mind, and look at evidence in other places if it's not shown, before forming your own opinion. I had another interview with Normie from FTW discussing John Kelly's assumptions about myself, but the file just isn't loading at the moment. I also managed to get on stream with John Kelly himself to discuss his character, Nick Rekieta, KickVic, and his op theory about me. I've linked the stream down below and will probably post a version of it with some other stuff as a part 2, but for the moment this video is just way too long. I hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure you like and subscribe and go buy my merch because it's funny. Here is Stretch wearing his Cog Cucked in a Wall merch. I hope you were informed and entertained. These videos take a lot of work, but it's worth it for the very few that do enjoy them. I do hope to keep doing lore videos in the future if time permits. But until then, I'll see you later.
He's an idiot. Anything he says, assume that the exact opposite is true. If he doesn't provide context, if somebody doesn't provide context on anything they're saying, then you know they're hiding something. You know their narrative cannot be what they're saying. The narrative has to be wrong. So I say this to everybody. When you see a narrative and there's no context, demand the context, because that's going to be more telling. You know, that's going to show how honest someone is overall. And if they refuse to provide the context, what are you doing watching them?
I tried to stay away from drama on my show.